I feel like shit.
Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days.
It's just one of those
happy days. The weekend comes, let's not go home.
It's just one of those days where you don't wanna wake up. Everything is everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you wanna justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet,
Just knock it off, you scum bucket.
it's just one of those days. It's just one of
Monday,
those.
happy days.
It's just one of
Tuesday,
those.
happy days.
It's just one of those
Happy
days.
The weekend comes, let's not go home. Ready to make
It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with the bloodstain. Damn right, I'm a maniac. You better shoot, cause I'm fucking up your program. And if you're stuck up, you just locked up. Next in line to get fucked up. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. It's just,
I'm losing my cool.
it's all about
Monday, happy days.
It's just one of
Tuesday,
those,
happy days.
it's just one of those
Happy
days.
The weekend comes, let's not go home. Ready to make these days.
I feel like shit. My suggestion is to keep your distance. 'Cause right now I'm dangerous. Right now I'm dangerous.
Something's happening to the farm.
And my day keeps going this way and this way.
I'm gonna pop you one so you'll stop playing games.
Give me something free. Give me something free. I hope you know I like a chainsaw. A chainsaw. A motherfucking chainsaw.
What?
So come and get it.
What we got here is a case of mistaken identity, you know? See, now this here
Not Robert.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chief Moody, and welcome to episode 220 of the Mood of the Nation podcast. How's everyone doing this fine Friday evening? And I see quite a lot of familiar faces in the chat already, which is really good to see. So thank you all very much for coming along and watching this episode of Mood of the Nation. Now, the show itself tonight is only going to be for about an hour or so, because I just got a lot of stuff to do at the moment when it comes to that. So if you guys don't mind, we'll keep this episode short and sweet, and I'll give a little bit of an update for the show for later episodes throughout the upcoming months. So then, let me have a quick look and see who's in the chat. I'll also address why I'm holding the microphone in a minute or two. Let me have a look and see. We got Black Pigeon Pilled. How you doing? Thank you very much for watching Mood of the Nation. I've seen you in Mark's PWR. I think even also some PA-related streaming, which is really good to see. So thank you very much for watching. Public Address News, how you doing? Woodlander and Ragnar Ironspear are with us. Chaz Smash is with us as well. Thank you guys very much. James Hayworth, thank you very much for watching. Thank you all coming along and watching tonight's episode. About 9 people watching, which is really good to see. So that's fine and dandy. So I'll address the microphone here in a minute. So the stand I normally use to hold this microphone is fine. It's not broken or any way, shape, or form. The reason why I decided to carry this microphone, and I'm going to probably move it around from time to time throughout this episode, is because I have listened to past episodes as of late, and I keep hearing that it sounds a little bit too quiet. So I don't know if maybe this might actually help out, maybe bring the microphone a little bit closer, because I did try and bring it closer to me from time to time, but it just doesn't really work. So we'll give this a try for tonight's episode. If it works well, awesome. If not, I'll just continue on using the stand in future episodes and then see from there. I hope you guys wouldn't mind in this case. So yes, I'll address the other thing as well. Where have I been? Since there hasn't really been an episode last week and even both Thursday and Friday. I'll be honest with everyone, I just wasn't really feeling that. I was expecting to do an episode last week on Thursday, but then I thought maybe I'll do it on Friday instead, because I got a lot of stuff going on with work at the moment. Ugly Truth, thank you very much for watching. So that Friday came along. You look very hip hop. I'm too white for hip hop. So, but cheers, Chaz. Thank you very much. But yeah, last week on Friday, again, similar situation. I just really wasn't like into it type of thing. So I thought, you know what? I'll postpone it for next week on Thursday. Of course, yesterday something came up to the point where I had to postpone it for today, but we're here now, so of course I'm doing the episode tonight. Now, as with upcoming episodes, they're still happening at this current time. I think there's going to be a case it's going to be here and there at the moment, considering the fact that today is the 22nd of November. It's coming towards the end of November. Next week on Friday even, I think it's going to be the 1st of December. Let me just double check my calendar just to make sure I got that right and don't sound like a fucking idiot. No, that's Sunday. All right, so next week is the 29th, and then we got the 30th on Saturday next week, and then next Sunday will be the 1st of December. So we're coming towards the end of November. December is just around the corner, and of course, even though it's technically happening at this moment, the Christmas period is going on. So I'm going to be producing less episodes from time to time. I still will be doing a somewhat of a Christmas special type of episode before Christmas comes along, but you won't be seeing me a lot towards the end of this month and maybe even next month, because again, Christmas is just around the corner, and I think I want to maybe focus on that. So I think that's pretty much what everyone's going to be doing at this point, especially now it's getting a lot colder. From what I've heard, where I live, it's meant to be snowing, which I mean, I can kind of see it happening because it's been really frosty as of late, but actual snow, I don't know. Maybe it would definitely give it more of a Christmassy type of feeling, I guess, if it does happen. Hightower, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're doing well. So yeah, that's pretty much my update when it comes to that. And I'll even also mention as well, when it comes to focusing more on work, my job or my workplace is a bit of a joke at the moment in terms of the like sorting out wages and all of that in this case. So basically, they set me short as of, at the current moment in time, but it's picking itself back up slowly but surely. But it's getting a lot better compared to this past week, which has been an absolute nightmare. But that being said, it's all getting better at the moment. And yeah, so expect less episodes this time around because again, Christmas and all of that. So, but yeah, I see that there's like 16 people watching, which is really good to see. So let's have a look and see. Black Pigeon Pilled writes, there's a coziness to minimalism when it comes to streaming. To my mind, it's best when you've got an early black metal setup where the sound whack and the visuals are grainy. That's fair enough. One sec. Got a drink. Yes, I'm drinking Monster Energy. I know like it's not really good for you, but still. That should do me fine. So, what we're going to be doing is, since this is only going to be for like an hour long episode, there are a couple of things I want to discuss in terms of topics, and then we'll just get right into the Q&A section. It depends on how long that goes, really. So, let me turn that off. Hopefully that wasn't. No. Was that actually playing like? No, I think that actually should be fine. It wasn't sharing the screen. Sorry. What happened was that I have YouTube as like a separate tab, and the stream was going on at the same time. So I think it should be fine that you only just heard me and not like the stream as well. So that should be all right. Diabetes in the can, Chief. I know. It's something I really shouldn't be drinking, but it's Monster or even Rockstar energy drink is to me what Red Bull is to Mark Colla, I guess. So not Red Bull. Colla won't be happy. I know. Hold on a second. I keep getting notifications on my phone. Wait a minute. Right, I'll get that in a moment here. Martin W. Free Speech Enjoyer. Good evening, Moody. Good evening to you too. Thank you very much for watching Mood of the Nation. Benjamin Netanyahu arrest warrant. Great news. I have heard about that, yes, which is quite surprising. So it's going to be really interesting how that develops. I've only heard about, like, say, the the headlines and not actually read through the entire article. But I think what I've heard about, he has a warrant for his arrest because of war crimes against humanity or something to that effect. And I'm still really surprised at that. So hopefully he gets apprehended, but we'll just wait and see. Who knows? Red Bull is the reason why Mark talks. Right. What should we start off with? Well, there actually is another thing I wanted to talk about, what I've heard about recently. And this one I have to kind of be careful with because supposedly it's to do with Keir Starmer and I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of the place. Southport, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm just going to get into that as well, Martin W. But now, allegedly, I'm going to say that as well. Allegedly, there's. I kind of need to be careful what I have to say here because people have actually did try and talk about this, mainly people who are independent and all of that, nationalists or not. But they've also been having some knocks at the door from the police, which really tells you something about that. Basically, what I will say is that Keir Starmer allegedly, again, just allegedly, seems to be in some kind of hot water when it comes to Southport. And I think I'll save that at the moment in time because, again, it's all rumor, speculation, and allegedly when it comes to that, I have to stress that out very clearly. Be careful what I say when it comes to that. In fact, I'll just end that part here, but hopefully more development comes out of that in this case. So anyways, what was the other thing to talk about? Oh yeah, I actually got like 2 videos. So it was all to do with the car Jaguar. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not necessarily a car aficionado or anything like that at all. If there's any car, like a dream car I were to have, it would be a classic Ford Mustang or one of those old muscle cars where I think they were from the 60s or maybe the early 70s in terms of like the ideal car to have. But yeah, that's my knowledge when it comes to cars and whatnot. And the reason why I'm bringing up Jaguar is because Jaguar has gotten into some hot water on the news. Now, they recently did some rebranding and all of that, trying, of course, to appeal to modern audiences, if you can imagine. So I wonder if I can actually find the video in question, what they advertised on X. So, yeah, a lot of people are talking about it, and a lot of people are just like, "What is this?" Like, like, and it's really bizarre. Even when I watched it for the first time, I'm thinking, right, if this is supposed to be an advertisement for a new car or even just a car, it fails miserably because it doesn't really, it really does not convey the message of like, here's like a brand new car, that sort of thing. But anyways, let me just get into Jaguar's main Twitter account because they've showcased by updating the logo itself. Now, the classic Jaguar logo is, of course, a different font, and I think there's like a symbol of a Jaguar on top. But they changed it to for a more quote unquote sleeker design, if you will. But let's have a look at their X account and then see from there. Stick with Rolls-Royce or Aston Martin. Yeah, let's see. Share audio. Yeah, I definitely need to share audio. I make car parts for Jaguar. I'm glad I'm taking redundancy next month. Fair enough. Let's see. I'll just get into the correct. There we go. Right, let's have a look at this real quick. So, Jaguar, there's the new logo, which I mean, it's. Yeah, like I said, it's meant to be a more sleeker design, but it's just, yeah, it's not really that great, is it? But anyways, leap forward, copy nothing. So I guess that's meant to be the new model. All right, so there's a video question. Now, let me just put that up there. I will share the screen. Now, I understand that many people, including myself, have already seen this video, but just for context, we'll have a look at this video do a little review. And there's also another video I'll showcase as well that I think really does speak volumes of the direction that the Jaguar has already went to. Just want to double check and see if I got the, yeah, that's fine. All right, so this video, of course, 30 seconds long, so let's have a look. So 3, 2, 1. And yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like, how does that convey a new car or anything like that at all? Which is it's yeah, bizarre. If let's have a look at some of the tweets actually, because like I said, a lot of people have said a lot about this. Let's have a look and see. Elon Musk even writes, "Do you sell cars?" Jaguar, yes, we'd love to show you. Join us for a cuppa in Miami on December 2nd. Warmest regards, Jaguar. What's the responses to that? Fire your marketing team. No one wants this kind of stuff anymore. Of course, there's the, I can't remember the name of these. Is it Stone Toss Comics or something like that? But yeah, you definitely see a lot of these. So of course, you got a Stone Toss comic making fun of this, basically going like, "Behold our newest ad campaign." There's the image of the ad towards the end. Are you sure this will help us sell more cars? Cars. Emma, right, so this is awful. It doesn't speak to anyone. It's lost the purpose of the brand. Listen to what people are telling you and go back to the drawing board. Jaguar, we're striking through the convention. Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. Keep telling yourself that. The only way to be edgy these days is to put out an ad that promotes the nuclear family and moral sobriety. That's actually true, and I'll get to that in a moment or two. This is just lazy. It's like you use an AI image generator and just told it to make woke people. Now, that is interesting in terms of the quote-unquote new counterculture or whatever, because like I said, there is another video we'll have a look at in a moment or two that I think perfectly encapsulates everything wrong when it comes to this type of ad. Update, I gave an AI image generator the prompt, woke people in loud fashion, and this is what it gave me. Let's have a look real quick. Oh, God. Ah, right, okay then. What other was like a Crusader X, boycott Jaguar along with any other business that still doesn't get it. Jaguar, hello, thanks for the feedback. We'll be sure to pass it on to the team. Best wishes. Let me see. Your team can function above a tolerant. As long as Jaguar is being woke, I will never buy another one again. Former JX owner. Woke, it was a fucking regular skin people in weird clothing. Since when was clothing? Never mind. Fucking says not all white people. Say not all white people pussy. Woke doesn't have anything to do with the skin color unless it's forced for a certain situation or race swapping pre-established characters. Okay. Let me see. Now, is this tie into? I don't know if that's maybe like a separate tweet. I know it's Serena JB, but all right. So that's that, and yeah. So ever since that video or that advertisement, people, are not. Are not really taken too kindly to it. It's very well, I mean, you just see it for yourselves. It is what it is. Martin W writes, I would love to see the downvotes for that Jag advert. That actually would be interesting, considering now that, of course, ever since the removal of the downvote or the dislike button, I know there's always prompts to maybe sort that issue, but yeah, it would be really interesting to see what the dislike and like ratio would be like for that video. Actually, can I actually check that on YouTube, because I do have a prompt for that at the moment. Let's have a look at YouTube and see from there. 1 second. Because that again will be interesting. So yeah, I'm not sharing the screen. I'll share it in a moment or two to see from there. So right, Jaguar advert. Let's have a look here and see. Jaguar copied of it. So 1 million views, right, in 3 days, right? Let's have a look at this. Oh, damn it, right. So I'll show this, right? So I technically do have a prompt that does show you the like and dislike ratio for videos. So here's the actual video on the official Jaguar YouTube page. But as you can see, like disabled by owner when it comes to the dislike. So yeah, complete cowards. What about comments section? Oh, the comments are open, which is surprising. Let's have a look at this. The only thing brave about this ad is to leave the comment section on. My Jag just lost 90% of its value. WTF is this? Thank you so much, Jaguar. Without the commercial, I would never seen this hilarious comment section. This isn't an ad. It's Jaguar's funeral. You're selling cars to rich people, not the Teletubbies. This will go down as one of the worst marketing decisions in history. Yeah, like, people are really just ripping it to shreds. They're not being too kind with this whatsoever. And I don't know actually what was actually worse. The whole Jaguar advert fiasco, or maybe even the what's that beer in America? Is it Bud Light or something like that? Because this is just like, you think at this point in time that these companies would actually recognize, okay, people are not liking this, they're rejecting it. But they just, these companies, it's not a case of like they're apolitical, but they just do not care. They really do not care whatsoever. Right, let me just see if I can find that video. I think it's on my Telegram. Well, not my Telegram page, but I saved it. So let me just see if I can find that video. Now, the video in question does tie into Jaguar, and I believe it's supposed to be a video of the new marketing strategy, the guy that's behind it. So let's have a look and see if I can get this open, and then I'll show you guys in a moment. Let's see. One sec. It's just taking a sweet hour's time to load up. While I'm getting this set up, if you want to donate to the show, the donation links are pinned at the top of the chat, being both PayPal and Buy Me a Coffee. So any donation received tonight will be greatly beneficial. I'll just get this up here just now for the Telegram page, and I'll see if I can play that video for you guys. And again, it's just taking a sweet arse time. 1 sec. Right, saved messages. Oh, you know, actually, what would be better, actually, instead of opening that, I could have actually opened up on X, because I actually did posted it on X. 1 second. Ragnar says, cheap, same as Boots, their shares tank. Yeah, indeed. I actually don't know what the Christmas adverts are going to be like this year. I think there was one video that already has caused a bit of controversy, but I haven't really got around to that at the moment. So, right, I'll get onto my X page and see if I can find it there. Because with this video, I posted it on my X account, which, by the way, follow me on there. if you still have an X account, right. Let me just see if I can share it here. Let's see. Right. So X account, video, there it is. Right. So the new head of brand strategy at Jaguar. This explains everything. RIP Jaguar. So it's about a minute long. And again, we'll just give this a listen to. But I want you to actually like really pay attention, especially towards the end, because I think this really does tell you something when it comes to this new marketing strategy that Jaguar are pretty much doing. So let's have a look here. So 3, 2, 1.
Inclusive and unified culture. And at Jaguar, we're passionate about our people, and we're committed to fostering a diverse, inclusive, and unified culture that is representative not only of the people who use our products, but in a society in which we all live, a culture where our employees can bring their authentic selves to work. And we're on a transformative journey of our own, driven by a belief in diversity, inclusion, creativity, policy, and most importantly, action. We've established over 15 DEI groups, such as Pride, who are here tonight in the back. Thank you guys for coming. Women in Engineering and Neurodiversity Matters. We've launched major policy revisions, such as transitioning at work, to drive equity and support for our communities, embracing individuality as our superpower.
Now that last part, that's very interesting. Let me see if I can get back onto here. Right. Perfect. But yeah, that's really interesting, isn't it? Who is this? So I couldn't find the name of the guy, but he's basically the new head of what was it? Marketing strategy for Jaguar. So you could say this is the guy somewhat behind that video in question. That was the Boots ad chief, Black Mrs. Claus with oh dear. I need to check that out at some point actually. Budgie Burger, how you doing? I think that this is the part of getting rid of everything Western. Yeah, I would definitely see that. Anyways, so that last part he says, individuality, right? Which I think is really interesting because we read a tweet as a response to the advertisement in question. And it's this idea of embracing individuality and of course like be completely different to other people. Like I've said this before on the show, but with regards to those types of people, leftists, globalists, whatever you want to call them, these people, to me anyway, and I've expressed this before on the show, these people are the definition of conformity, right? Now, the person who wrote the response tweet saying about how like, oh, this isn't the new counterculture or anything like that, because it isn't. Like I said, it's about conformity. The ironic thing about it is these people embracing diversity, DEI, and all of that. I mean, they're just tools for the system. They're absolute conformists. There's nothing remotely edgy or thought-provoking or anything like that of the sort. Like, they honestly think that they're the big, bad, brave revolutionaries who are going to change like everything. I mean, they're changing things all right, but it's really for the worst because everybody is already definitely just rejecting it. I don't know about anyone else in the chat, but I've kind of noticed ever since the presidential election this year, there seems to be somewhat of a slight shift in terms of diversity. It seems like people are already starting to reject it, like actually coming out and basically just rejecting it, criticizing it, and all of that, which is a plus to see because everyone can definitely see through it for what it really is. It's not about embracing differences or anything like that at all. It's all about conformity and it's all about control. That's what it really boils down to. And everyone can really see through it. Maybe baby steps, but it's definitely steps in the right direction, in my opinion. So, yeah, really interesting to see. And again, it'd be interesting to see more development comes out of that because, again, we're only seeing maybe the first phase of the blatant rejection of all of this. So I just need to wait and see what happens, really. Yeah, it's really stunning and brave, Now then, folks, I did say the show was going to be on for about an hour. We're already halfway through the show already. So I'll just get this banner up here at the moment. And then, so we'll do is the classic, well, I say classic, quote unquote, Q&A section, questions and answers. So if you have any questions to ask me, please feel free to ask me them in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer them. In the meantime, like I said, if you want to donate to the show via PayPal or buy me a coffee, you can still do so. They're in the pinned comment just on top there, or you can find the links in the description down below. Any donation received tonight would be greatly beneficial and definitely would help me out in the long run. Again, don't feel obligated. So if you have to donate, the option is there basically. If you want to donate, awesome. If you don't, that's entirely fine as well. Sorry, I'm just reading through a couple of messages. Weather is too bad to be bad tomorrow. Depends how bad it is. Yeah. So another thing too, when it comes to just there when it comes to my work, apparently there's some weather conditions that are meant to be quite bad. So I did say I was going to be working tomorrow, but there might be a chance it might be cancelled, but we don't know yet. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, so let me see. Got conformatitis. Dear. Well, let me see. Black Pigeon Pilled writes, Chief, it doesn't look like they're putting the woke away. Do you think it has a shelf life, or is this the new normal now forever? Well, I would imagine that the establishment and co want it to be the new normal. See, this is the thing. It's something that I've seen from the people on the right side of things, not necessarily nationalists or anything like that, but people center right at best, making these anti-woke videos and all of that, like, oh, this company is doing this, and like, look what they're doing to Lord of the Rings or Tolkien's work with the Rings of Power and all of that, which, in all fairness, right, the points they do present are fact and they're correct, but the problem is the way to, I guess, address it, or maybe to how we can handle it type of thing. Weather is bad tomorrow, 100%, right? I guess maybe that might be cancelled, but we'll see. Sorry, excuse me. Anyways, what I was saying, yeah, so there are right to an extent, but I keep seeing the posts about like this I guess you could say it's like a meme sort of thing where it's like, sorry, excuse me, like go broke type of thing, which again, there is a valid point to it, but at the same time, you just want to reach up to them and say, look, mate, it's not going away. I definitely see this as like they're trying to make it the new normal. Whether it's like, Drag Queen Story Hour, or like put in diversity quotas and Medium and all of that, or media, I should say, is they're trying to push this as the new normal. And yeah, it sucks, but that's, and sure, there might be somewhere along the way they'll definitely maybe close down companies because of how bad it's really gotten. But that's the thing. These companies, they'll either completely get closed off or go through bankruptcy, but then they'll come back in some way, shape, or form. Or again, there'll be a case of they'll have investors, quote unquote, or certain groups of people that will flood them money so that they can keep on going while they're still promoting all this type of garbage. I mean, look at companies like, I know people don't like video games and all that, but just look at the video game industry, for instance, right? There's this push of diversity and all of that. The one prime example I've seen as of late, and I mean, I don't normally play these games, or I have played some of them, but not the newer ones, that being Assassin's Creed. The new one coming out, which I think is coming out start of next year in 2025, Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is meant to be set in feudal Japan. I think feudal Japan, but basically they got a black dude as like the main character, which I know people often say like, oh, but historically speaking, like, yeah, this was a real person, and this is historically factual. It's like, right, but the Japanese are rejecting it because it's clearly a case of trying to replace Japanese history, that sort of idea. Grant left off. Assassin's Creed, the black gay samurai. Dear. But yeah, I mean, look, people have overwhelmingly rejected that new Assassin's Creed, even though the game hasn't even come out yet. But Ubisoft is one of the worst companies in terms of the whole diversity stuff going on, and they really are pushing it. And I think that game is going to be the kiss of death for that whole franchise. And it's a shame because there was a point where Assassin's Creed was really popular, then it had a decline, and then there was like a renaissance, if you will, of certain games, and then they just went back to making it complete garbage with with the whole woke stuff. Oh, really? More specifically, anti-white stuff. I think another game in part of that series from a lot of people really didn't like was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, I've not played Valhalla, and I have no intentions of playing it whatsoever, but it's kind of similar to that vein kind of a thing. But apparently in the game, he's supposed to be gay. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me when it comes to that. I'm told money doesn't matter when it comes to enforcing wokeness, DEI, etc., across every waking aspect of our lives. Exactly. So I'm woke. Fighting as a female black Nazi in Battlefield is wild. Just makes zero sense for immersion. I know. So, which is another funny thing too. When those games were coming out, they're all about immersion and respecting history and all of that. But they then pull stuff like that. Like just why? Why? Anyways, there was a question brought by Outer Passion Zone 261. How you doing? Chief Moody, do you have an opinion on the Overton window? I'm sure I maybe talked about this on the show before, but I think the Overton window is definitely shifting. We're definitely seeing not only a rejection of the stuff I talked about, but I think there's definitely an embrace of this idea of embracing our ideas. It's just a case of trying to get our ideas out there to the public. And I think people are about ready to listen to what we actually have to say. But the problem is that the establishment will not allow that, because they know for a fact that if our opinions actually does get out there to the general masses of what we actually stand for, what we believe in, the general public will definitely just accept us and would be like, oh yeah, it definitely makes a lot of sense. I definitely would be on that side. And that's exactly what the establishment are afraid of. Joe Marsh, how you doing? Thank you very much for watching the show. Silent show. So the banner drops look effective. Yeah, I mean, banner drops, letter picking, because that has to do with like cleaning up the community aspect of it. Leafleting, that could be part of it, or even what my colleague in PA Scotland is doing at the moment, which is going to areas in Glasgow or other parts of Scotland, and just like talking to people, having the banners up, and just talking to people, and just getting the public's opinions on certain things, and that's it. And really, just like normalizing our worldview is like, look, we're not these radical, horrific people that the establishment wants you to think. We're just normal, everyday people. That's a good point. I think we're also feeding the homeless as well. We're just like normal, everyday people who are just wanting to look out for our own. Essentially, that's it. We don't want to cause any violence or any harm or anything like that. We just want to look out for our own people. That's it. That's the point. It's actually helping out. I mean, yeah, there's like shelters and there's like some charity groups or whatnot that try to help the homeless. But I mean, yeah, it's just. But yeah, at least what other nationalists are actually doing now, actually helping out the homeless as well. So, God damn it. 1 second, I just keep getting pop-ups. Let me see. Joe, so this is from two comments from Chaz Smash. Right, they write, Joe Marsh has said on Rag's show that he wants Welsh independence. Chaz Smash then writes, is that the same as the SNP type? Right. So, of course, this is to do with like the Scottish independence. Well, I think Joe Marsh in the chat is also saying that I said if we had a nationalist government, if we had a nationalist government not under these commie wankers, I mean, That's actually for a point. And it's quite similar up here in Scotland. So there is still a talk about Scottish independence. Now, the main problem with that at the moment, and yes, it's groups like the SNP that are ahead of that idea, like really wanting that to get through. But it's not for the obvious reasons of one actual independence from the United Kingdom. The reason why the SNP and co want Scotland to be an independent nation is so that we can rejoin the European Union. Now, I've already talked about this to death on my show, like many, many, many times, but it does definitely bears repeating. For me, though, I'm kind of similar to Joe in the sense of I do want Scotland to be an independent nation, but in a nationalist government, not when commies are involved or even the SNP involved. So, yes, but what type of independence, full or what? I would, for me, when it comes to that, I would definitely say full-on independence. See, when it comes to Scottish nationalism, with that, to me, it's about looking out for the Scottish people and all in that case, right? Now, if Scotland were to become an independent nation, I would want it to be an actual independent nation and not be under another union or anything like that at all. Because to me, that just completely defeats the purpose of becoming an independent nation. Because all these people from the SNP law want Scotland to be independent, but then rejoin the European Union. So basically, they want to move from one union to another union, which again just completely defeats the purpose. And saying that, one of the major reasons as to why these SNP types want to rejoin the European Union is because of mass migration, because that's part of it. If we become a European Union state, even though it would take us like 15 to 20 years for a membership type of thing, I think anyway, from what I remember. But yeah, they would definitely just flood us entirely with all these migrants or these third worlders. It's yeah, exactly. EU pro open borders. Yeah, exactly that. Let me see. Yeah, exactly, Joe. It's double think. It's definitely double think. So so basically independence, but then rejoin a certain union, which again just completely defeats the purpose. And I really want to understand, with all these pro SNP types and these quote unquote Scottish nationalists, when really they just come off more as Scottish globalists or even internationalists. So like, oh, well, I'm for Scotland, but I'm also for other countries as well. Which I mean, then you're not a nationalist, like what you talked about. Vox Populi convinced me Scotland, Wales, and even Cornwall should separate the strife, the stranglehold of woke Westminster. I mean, I don't know if maybe that would make a difference when it comes to that, but I don't know, maybe. Sorry, just double checking my phone. Right. Let's see. So for me, I would want Scotland to be independent, full-on independence, and not join another union like the European Union. And I would want that to happen under a nationalist government, not a globalist or open borders type of government, in my opinion. So. Joe Marsh in the chat. I never said I wanted independence. I just said I wouldn't want it unless we had a nationalist government. I don't push for independence. Fair enough. And that's to do with the Welsh side when it comes to that. And that's fair enough when it comes to that. Anyways. So you and Joe want to break up the union. I mean, when it comes to that, I do believe Scotland. I mean, well, in essence, I think yes. That's my opinion when it comes to that. I think Scotland can benefit as being an independent nation. So, but again, that's only just my opinion when it comes to that. And I do believe Scotland is a country for the Scots, and it should be for the Scots. So, Yeah, SNP leadership is under a. God damn it, it's an absolute joke. I can't see it happening. Yeah, I mean, I can't really see it happening either. I know there's a lot of people, pro indie types within Scotland, are saying like, "Oh, there's like an outcry for independence now or never." But I mean, I don't really see that. And again, from what I've seen from the studies and all of that, they seem to be very biased when it comes to that. But yeah, so anyways, it will never happen anyway for Wales or Scotland. Yeah, because if that were to happen, right, they wouldn't exactly be independence. It would just be, as we spoke about, double think is independence, but then joining up like another, another group or union or anything like that. It just completely defeats the purpose, and I don't see how people just don't see through that. I really don't. I know that in Scotland, I know there's a lot of people who are, Protestants and all that, very pro union, would definitely see through that. But in terms of like the pro indie side, I don't understand how they just don't see through it. Do they? I guess they just hate the Westminster that much, to the point where they will literally do anything to get out of the British Union. But I don't know. So, anyways. I fear for the future of Britain, to be honest. I mean, I do too, but it's one of those cases just going to have to wait and see, really. But maybe I'm just too optimistic. I don't know, but we'll see. Joe Marsh in the chat writes, Welsh government are full on enemies of the Welsh people. They just said they are going to change white people's thinking. Yeah, similar what's happening here in Scotland as well. I don't know whether or not if it's worse here in Scotland or if it's worse in Wales, but yeah, there's definitely there's a lot of what's it called? It's something from 1984, the George Orwell novel. It's not doublethink, but it's I think it was some kind of quote or something like that. But it's the idea of we're going to redo your thinking or something like that, or it was like thought crime, I think it was. Which, I mean, that's scary. That's really terrifying. That it's really scary. The times wrong thing. That's the one. It's really scary that the times we're in just now. So, but yeah. Let's see here. Oh, that's fine. Sorry, I was just checking something there. That's fine. No worries. Yeah, we are definitely living in 1984 at the moment. Black Pigeon Pill writes that Chief, what's your thoughts on Orkney and Shetland joining the Scandis, no DK, etc.? Oh, I actually didn't know anything about that. 1 second. To be honest with you, I never actually heard of that when it comes to Orkney and Shetland. 1 second. Orkney, Shetland, right. Shetland. Sorry, bear with me just 1 second. Join. Right. Right, now what is that? Because that's actually new to me. So I've got news comes from last year. Yeah, sorry, Black Pigeon Pill. That's actually news to me. I didn't know anything about that. The Shetland Islands are closer to Norway than Scotland. Ah, interesting. Then Black Pigeon Pill writes, apparently I've heard that they want closer ties to the Nordic countries. Could be wishful thinking, like Joe says, but do find it interesting nonetheless. It is pretty interesting, yeah, and I never actually thought of it that way, that those islands were actually closer to Norway, and the fact that they would want to join the Nordic countries, which, I mean, yeah, that would be really interesting. That would be really interesting. So, but yeah, that's definitely news to me. I actually didn't know anything about that. So, if I since it's Norway, maybe I can also write it that way. So I mean, at the moment, I don't really have an opinion. I just find that very interesting when it comes to that. Let's see, Norway or Nordic. When it comes to Orkney Islands councillor feels Scotland has failed them dreadfully and suggests joining Norway. Ah, is there an island aesthetic linking artists in Shetland, Orkney, and the Hebrides, where it can Shetland Islands where Scandinavia meets Scotland? Interesting, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's something I definitely want to have a look into because that's actually interesting. That Martin W writes, I've been thinking about living on the Isle of Man, maybe in the future. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if you that's totally up to yourself, of course. Chaz Smash writes, "What you buying your dog for Xmas?" Uh, well, I'm not really too sure yet. I mean, I know my mother tends to buy him those French bulldog type of like with the jumpers or sweaters type of thing. And I'm not sure if actually I've shown you guys him wearing those types of clothing, but I'm sure he'll be getting more of those types of stuff. Maybe treats like bones and all of that. Um, yeah, so I'll probably might be. Yeah, I'll probably get him like a bone or something like that for his Christmas. Uh, so because I'm sure he did had a bone earlier this year, but I don't know what he did with it. Maybe he finished it, but I'm not too sure. So maybe I can get him a bone this year for Christmas and see from there. Vikings want their island back. Lol. Yeah. So, anyways, 6:53. I'll give it another couple of minutes and then we'll end the show there. So, again, if you have any questions to ask me, please feel free to ask me them, and I'll be happy to answer them. And let's see. I used to get my English bull a whole large chicken. Ah, okay. I'm sure that'd be something my dog would like because when it comes to food, right, even though he's already been fed with treats and breakfast, lunch, or dinner or anything like that at all, uh, he's whenever someone like myself or anyone is eating something, then he will just look at you and slaver all over the place, and it's like, Otis, I'm trying to eat here. Stop. Like, you've had your dinner. Okay, you definitely have had your dinner. You're not getting a bit of mine. So, um, I mean, he does maybe get a bit here and there, but not all the time. We're trying to teach him that, look, this is your meals, all right? What I'm having, this is mine. That sort of idea. Because he can be very greedy when it comes to food. Very greedy, I'll say. So. Anyways, I'll give it one more minute and then I don't know whether or not I should play like an outro song or even just right up end the stream because I'll need to chat my work and see if it's a good idea to come to work tomorrow because if it's going to be bad weather tomorrow, then I don't know. What's your take on contraception, Chief? Oh, interesting. Contraception, right? So that idea is it's kind of like talking about, what's your take on the birds and the bees? But contraception, man. Right. If I have to give my honest opinion on that when it comes to that, I'm somewhat against it. I'm not like heavily against it. I think there can be cases where if you're not ready for having children or anything like that at all, then I would say maybe go ahead. But it's they're banging on about it again. Contraception knocked out. Contraception law, conscription. Wait, sorry, 1 second. Oh, did I read that wrong? Sorry, conscription. Right. Sorry, my bad. 1 sec. I think that's yeah, I think that's my dog coming in. So and that's Steam coming up again. I don't know why it keeps on doing that. Sorry, right. Let me look at that again. God damn it! Right, Otis, hold on a second. Just bring my stuff here. Right, if you want to come up, come up. Right, come up here. Up. Up. There you go. Oh no, you hope you're not gonna do what I think you're gonna do. Right. All right, well, let me just go back to the question. Sorry. Right, conscription. Right, that's to do with the draft mate giving you a gun and telling you to. Right, I see. Not contraception. Sorry, my bad. Like that's me being like half asleep. Right. So conscription. I mean, yeah, because I've been somewhat not paying attention, but I did hear the news that there's somewhat of an escalation in the Ukrainian war. So I mean, I hope nothing really comes out of it, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if there's the. I mean, there's definitely what was it? Like somewhat of an idea of definitely wanting to start these types of wars, but and again, hope nothing really comes out of it. But if it does happen, I wouldn't be surprised. And again, I wouldn't really be joining it. So because I don't want to be part of those types of Zog wars or anything like that at all. So, but yeah. Anyways, do you like your job, Chief? I mean, it pays the bills, I guess. Well, if I do actually get paid, so that's my answer to that. Looking forward to any Christmas specials on telly. I mean, I don't really watch regular television, to be quite honest. If I were to watch any Christmas specials or anything like that at all, it would probably from like old DVDs and whatnot. So, God fucking damn it, Otis, get off me. No, stop. Stop it. Stop it, boy. I'm doing a show here. Stop it. No. You're not doing what I think you're doing. Stop it. Sorry, folks. Where's my cursor? Oh, there it is. So, yeah, maybe I'll watch some Christmas specials. I'm not entirely sure yet, to be honest. I might actually find stuff on YouTube, but we'll see. Oops. Our Passion Zone 261. Chief Rooney, the thought crossed my mind a few years ago that maybe the clans should get back together. I know it may sound a bit pish, but old, but what do you think? I could somewhat see that. I think the problem, however, when it comes to that is we're just so divided. I mean, maybe I don't think it's really as bad now, but there's still that sense of tribalism between the Protestants and the Catholics, or if you're a football fan, Celtic and Rangers, that sort of thing. And again, it's not as bad as what it was back then, but there's still that sense of like utter tribalism type of thing. And I think that might be a bit of a problem we're facing when it comes to that. I do agree with the idea of actually getting the clans together, but I think something like that might be hindering on that fact, to be quite honest. So, cheers, Chief. Wishing you a pleasant Christmas, mate. Same to yourself, Black Pigeon Pill. Thank you very much. So, let's see. Ukraine, Trump is coming. Otis interrupts is fine by me. Fair enough. You're better than TV anyway. Cheers. Anyways. No one watches Mrs. Brown's Boys. Yeah, I don't really watch that, to be fair. Anyways, let's see. I think that's 7 o'clock anyway when it comes to that. Yeah, so good point, actually. Yeah, indeed. So I think if you guys wouldn't mind, that's 7 o'clock. That's going to come to the end of tonight's episode. I was hoping to maybe do it for a bit longer, but again, I'm still actually pretty tired when it comes to that. So again, don't expect more episodes. There will be more, like maybe here and there. I'll keep you guys updated on X and on Telegram if there's going to be more episodes or not. But keep an eye out on that in this case. So, but in the meantime, thank you guys very much for coming along and watching the show. Hopefully, maybe you'll be back next week, but don't. But take that with a pinch of salt, type of thing. But we'll wait and see when it comes to that. Again, I'll keep you guys updated and whatnot. So there definitely will be a Christmas special. I'll definitely will say that. And yeah, so that's going to be it for tonight's episode. I think I'll just definitely end it on that and not have let's see, have an outro song or anything like that. Because I'm genuinely tired, folks. New Year's Eve episode, please. Maybe. We'll see. There'll definitely be a Christmas special, but New Year's episode, maybe. But we'll definitely see with that. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to head off now, and I'll keep you guys updated for any future episodes and whatnot. But thank you very much for coming along tonight, and I should be back at some point in the near future. So thank you very much for watching. This is Chief Moody signing out. You have been watching the Mood of the Nation podcast, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care, stay safe, enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. Enjoy the weekend when it comes. Hopefully the weather isn't too bad from what I've been hearing, but hopefully not in this case. So, but yeah, thank you very much for watching. Take care and good night. Take care.